Hello, welcome to the second episode of GRAP Chronicles, where we've looked at the main team and, as the show has taught us, what's the actual title team without a second team to contrast and interact with. TEAL is that team and the topic of this video. Since the show did fall into the trap of becoming the Juniper show during the first volume, it's important that fanfics do not stumble into the same trap. Luckily, TEAL has enough presence to be fully thought out characters, but not so much page time that the fanfic should be renamed. Let's start with our leader, Tom Underhill. Based on Frodo, and having my favourite name of the cast, he's much like Jean in the sense that he lacks confidence in his own leadership abilities, being chosen more for his tactical abilities rather than his own raw power. Honestly, I find him the most adorable member of the story. He got into Beacon mostly thanks to his grades, not being much of a fighter. Fortunately, his semblance of becoming invisible helps him out to a certain point. Keywords, to a certain point. It's a plot point that Adelaide, who we'll get to soon enough, has a problem with being led by someone who's obviously the weakest fighter in the team. Tom wants to become a huntsman thanks to his uncle, who fought in the war with a band of... Okay, yeah, you see where I'm going with this. He even has Stinger as a weapon, enhanced with lightning dust so it glows. Tom is probably the closest to his original counterpart. He's not one for conflict either, so seeing him deal with Adelaide's aggression is actually quite gripping. I think the telling thing is that he doesn't argue with her. He just sits there and listens. Usually I want characters to snap back and have a moment of raw emotion, but Tom is such an adorable fluffy buns, I don't want to see anything bad happen to him, I just want to protect him. If he sounds like Jean Arc to you, you may have a point. Much like Rapture vs Blake in our last video, Tom is Jean done right. His arc of training makes more sense because he does have the knowledge of the world, so you aren't questioning why someone who wants to be a huntsman has no idea what awe is. In fact, Jean and Tom even have a deep conversation about being the leader, but the worst fighter. To sum up, Tom is my favourite character from Team B, and he's the first one of this video. Elizabeth is gloriously mad. She's based on the Queen of Hearts, and do I need to say anything else? Elizabeth is powerful, but probably the most in line with Team GRAP, 5 seconds away from world domination. Much like Nora, she doesn't really have a plotline based on her at first, but she's always a delight to read. She's probably the picture of determination in Team TEAL. At the same time, I can't help but wonder what she's thinking. I don't think it's as simple as smash, smash, smash. Honestly, and this might just be me, but I think she's eager to defeat something in order to make up for a failure. That might just be me speculating in her body language, but only the author knows for sure. Thirdly, we come to Adelaide, daughter of Weiss, the only child in the main cast to appear in the fic. Imagine if Weiss had a heads up on her character arc. She's based on the White Witch, Jadis from Narnia, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, which is sort of similar to being based on Snow White. Weiss did tell her daughter not to judge people too quickly, and Adelaide honestly did take that to heart. So when she realises that the short, meek Tom is now their team leader, she promises herself she won't judge him too quickly. No, she waits until after they spar to tell him he's weak and can't handle himself at all, which prompts Tom to go training with Rapture on a daily basis. From an outside view, I kind of understand Adelaide. I mean, you're trained, you're skilled, and you want to be led by someone who's just as confident and just as skilled as you. She does warm to Tom a little after she realises the training's going on. As of this video, there's not been much more on that arc. Though to be fair, that is because this is a GRAP fic, not a TEAL fic. Last but definitely not least is Locke, the big brother of the fic. Locke is based on Long John Silver, and it shows with a similar back and forth between him and Tom that Long John has with Jim, minus the actually being evil. I think Locke and Yang would get on quite well. He's as much a big brother as Yang is a big sister. Maybe as a result of this big brother feel, I don't really ship him with anyone, though I do like to say that he, Elizabeth and Tom, because why not, go drinking on a weekly basis. He warms my heart when he's on page because he does come off as supportive of Tom, though he does know that Tom has to do it himself, otherwise it won't count. I really want the author to make a GRAP chibi just to see what misadventures Locke would get into. Now you may notice another evil trend amongst TEAL. They're all based on characters from classic fiction, but Tom is the only good one. Since Frodo nearly falls through ring power, I am quite afraid of what Royal Psycho is planning for him. Honestly, Tom strikes me as a red target. I adore reading about him, I absolutely love him, he's an adorable little fluff, but I get the strangest feeling that the villains will get the better of him and, well, send him to the Great Haven. I'll leave you with that. Until next time, this has been GRAP Chronicles, TEAL.